Hi everyone, how you doing? Johnny Vivento here. I haven't been out here for a long time, I rarely make a video these days. In my spare time, I'm like running around on a motorcycle, to be honest with you. And I'm really enjoying it here in Mexico. I deal in sports memorabilia now. This is the business I was really like keeping it a little quiet. I've been selling a lot of stuff recently and I wanted to get the business going. One thing I'd like to talk to you about is I haven't been watching much of Sarasota Tim, to be honest with you. Can you excuse me? There we go. That's a little better. I haven't been watching much of the Sarasota Tim stuff. I just haven't had time, to be honest. And to be truthful with you, I can't believe how successful he has become just talking about his life. I mean, he's very good at it. I couldn't do it. I'm being honest, I couldn't do it. Showing people making his coffee in the morning and doing this and getting up early I couldn't do it. There's no way I could do that. I couldn't really put my life like that on video 24 hours a day like he does. He works at it. He says he's not working, but he's working. He works probably 12 hours a day on his video stuff, probably more. If you think about the things he has to do to make his show interesting. He has 67,000 subscribers. He deserves a little more than that, I believe. I think he's doing a great job out there. Usually, people like to watch him. There's so many derogatory videos about him. It's disgusting. It really is. I could never do that to anybody. I can make comments on people's videos, but I could never, ever, really nastily go in there and, tell lies about him because, he's just a regular guy unless he's found a niche. Just after COVID, as he was saying in the last couple of videos, he found a niche to get in there and talk about certain things that people engage with him. They really did. They kind of got into his mode. And he's done an incredible job. He's exactly right about retiring at 62. Oh man, I'm telling you, it's the best way. Even if you carry on working, it's okay, but just save the money you're getting on Social Security. And in the end, you will reap rewards. Exactly what I did, to be truthful with you. I stopped work at 62, but I was working every year. So I've done like 6 months every single year after 62. And I'm older than Tim. I'm like 69 coming up to. But anyway, I've been back and forth to the United States, Mexico, and really, it's been great. I'm not a professional like Tim. He is a professional. He has a very good job. He has a very good way about him. He seems to always be in a pretty decent mood. I'm a little healthier than he is. I don't know. He has eye problems. I'm 69. I've never worn glasses in my life. I've never had an eye problem in my life. I've never had an ear problem. I've never had a problem except on my right hip. That's the only problem I've ever had. And I've been playing sport most of my life. Certain things. So, sometimes you're lucky, unlucky, but he was right, 62 years old. You never know when the last day is coming. You should just enjoy your life if you can. But the thing is, get debt free. It's exactly right, debt free. And that's exactly how I got myself to debt free completely. If you remember my videos before, I was in Denver. I bought a brand new vehicle. Within 10 minutes, I was out of the showroom with this vehicle because my credit was good. You've got to get down to zero. Once you can do that, you'll be fine. And then you can collect your Social Security and live happily ever after, wherever you live. I would recommend coming to Mexico because, more bang for the buck, man. It's just a lot better proposition if you like Mexico. If you don't. It's no problem. It's just that I'm saying that you can live with a different culture and you can enjoy yourself a little more here, I believe. I think there's a lot more to do. The weather is incredible. It's really, well, if you look now, I'm going to show you here. This is the outside. You see the black clouds? There we go. Let's go here. I'm going to open my door. Look at the black clouds. There's rain imminent. And if you look over here, these are the Sierra Madre Mountains. You see how gray it is over there? So we're going to have a big storm. It's on the way. And this is my park. And my motorcycle is actually right there. But anyway, this is what I got to live with all day. Now, there are people who rent in this complex, okay? There are renters in this complex. they do not have residency in Mexico, as I do, but they don't have it. And they spend about 600, I think, with all inclusive, completely inclusive of all the bills, they spend about $650 to $700 a month for 2 bedrooms and a small garden as well, which is a roof garden, which is their own. $700 a month. That's what they spend. 2 people. They both get Social Security. Both of them have pensions, you know. But even with the Social Security, it's enough to live in a place like this, and it's gated. You know, it's gated. There's a security guard by the front door. You know, so you're nice and safe. Everything's perfect. There's cameras everywhere. I have my own cameras actually installed here, but not that we really need them. We've never had anything wrong in 4 years. I've never seen anything happen here. I heard of one guy getting his bike stolen in 4 years. One guy. He didn't chain it. And probably one of the workmen who was working it stole his bike. Possibly that's what happened. But anyway, that's what I'm going to say. And you know, Sarasota Tim is doing a great job. He's giving some good info. And I believe he should not be ridiculed the way he is. Okay? He's kind of like a hero for me because I like look at him. I go, wow, I'd love to have that popularity. I know it's never going to happen. I only have 125 subscribers. I wish everybody watches this show can subscribe to me. I'd really appreciate it. And I would like to get up to 1,000 in the next 10 years. That would make me really happy. But anyway, maybe I'm not interesting enough, but he is interesting. He knows that he has a lot of information. I have information nobody's really interested in. I collect boxing posters, originals. I collect original jerseys. This is a Wayne Gretzky original. This was his second jersey. Okay? The second jersey, Wayne Gretzky's career. How did I get it? I won it in an auction in Boston, Massachusetts. It was a restaurant owned by, what's his name now? Jay Miller. Jay Miller, who was a great Philadelphia, he played for the Bruins. And then he played with Gretzky at the LA Kings. And he was raffling off stuff that he was given. This was actually a second jersey for Wayne Gretzky. It's a little small for me. Well, actually, no, it's big. These are big jerseys, but it's small. If I was playing hockey and I couldn't fill in it, you know. But Gretzky was a pretty small guy. You know, he's only like 5'8" or something. But anyway, so I collect memorabilia, and I have some match-worn jerseys from the English Premier League, Chelsea there. I have a pair of boxing shorts from Mexico, Juan Manuel Marquez. I have different stuff. You know, this is a game-worn England goalkeeper's jersey, Jordan Pickford, that one, I think. Oh no, it came from Jordan Pickford. He's an England goalkeeper, played in the World Cup. That one's from the World Cup in Qatar. I have a certificate for it. He didn't sign it actually. It was just one of his jerseys given. They give like 10 jerseys, and they were like auctioning off some stuff on eBay. So I bought one. But anyway, yeah, that's it. So Sarasota Tim, anyway. I just want a big shout out to the guy. I think he deserves a round of applause. You guys probably, a lot of you don't think I'm correct, but I am correct, I believe. I think he set a lot of people on the way to Social Security, to freedom. I'm not saying jobs are prison jobs, really, because I'm thinking of going back to work at 69. I'm thinking about it because if you enjoy the position, I was working in an Alzheimer's unit last year for a year, and I loved it. I gotta be honest, I did. I honestly, I really did. I loved going in there, and I liked the people. There was a lot of diverse people. There was a lot of Africans working there, all different kinds of people. And I kind of got on with everybody, and I kind of enjoyed the job, taking care of people in the 80s and 90s, you know. And it's quite sad, but you have to give them the best care. And I enjoyed working there. And when I left, they was not happy that I was leaving, but they said I did a great job. Okay, but I just enjoyed working there. I'm thinking of going back. My wife wants to go to the United States anyway. She enjoys it there. You know, she does. She does what she wants. And I think we might go back, possibly the end of the year or maybe January, thinking about it, you know. So um, who knows? Who knows what it brings? You know, it's a long time now. We've got 6 months left. So you never know what can happen in 6 months. But yeah. What do we got? August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. And then, yeah, okay. So we're nearly, yeah, actually the first, right? Isn't it the 1st of August? I think it might be. I've lost track of time. Living in Mexico and kind of enjoying myself every day, I kind of lost track. Look, Sarasota Tim, great job, buddy. And I wish you all the best. I hope you get to your 100,000 subscribers. Although I'm not optimistic about anybody gaining, you know, unless you have something really trendy right now. But I think he's doing a great job. Now he's making money, and that's the main thing. He's making money. You know, I prefer to make money out there working, but he prefers to make money doing this. That's fine. Whatever he's making, I hope he's doing well. But you know something, Sarasota Tim needs a sponsor. That's one thing he needs. I think he's been endorsing a few items, but take care, everybody. Love all of you, and thank you for listening.